Okay, hello everyone. I hope you're doing well. So this is the second part of the today's recording. The first part I was recording my screen, but basically I was just doing my plan for the day. So basically the plan for today is I'm gonna try to take longs. I don't consider taking any shorts this period because bulls are in control above almost like 600, so we're like 100 points above the bullish control point. So basically I'm just considering only longs. So I'm just waiting for the market to open, and one good place to place long is here if market holds, which it seems to be holding so far. I'm just going to be waiting a minute to see how it goes, and it seems to be holding, but we'll see how it goes when the market actually opens. And the other area to place a long is from here. Then we'll go below that and we'll see when the time comes. It seems that in the cumulative delta, the sellers are in control today. Also, like you see that the buyers haven't been able to go above the VWAP in the pre-market, but that may change. Just gonna wait a little bit for the dust to settle after the market opening. Other areas I would consider going long is in the yellow DVA high, which is also technical level around here. If the CVA breaks, yeah, and we'll go below. Then definitely the buyers need to hold the quarterly previous DVA high in the worst case scenario. Below that, we're just looking for selling. We see a further attempt to go for the buyers go long. It seems that the trend is going to continue. If it tests many times, if price tests many times, and we see that we're not breaking, I will consider go long from here. There is some absorption because I was order flow at the same time. I will see some absorption. You see some imbalance, some negative imbalance still hold. We may see price going sideways around this area before it breaks. We're just waiting now patiently for this situation to resolve either higher or lower. And then I'm just gonna plan accordingly. There's bias absorption here. Bias stepping in strongly now. Negative imbalances try to break. Okay, now it's the time. So got in with two contracts. One will be around this level here. And the other one, I'll leave it as a runner, just in case we go over here again. I'll consider leaving for a long time. Okay, we see the barriers are gaining control, but we're still under the VWAP, so there is a chance it may reverse, or it may play more in this area before it goes up, but we'll see how it goes. Still, we can see also like on the cumulative delta that the buyers have regained control somewhat. Okay, they still can't break above the VWAP though, and we'll see how it goes. I suspect we may get the volume and go here, or we may do some noise, get some more volume down here before we break with the VWAP. We'll just wait and see now how it's gonna play out. So we have our first target is below the technical level, and it's at the value area high as well. So I'm gonna bring it a little bit below it because there is a ledge here, just in case. So at the value area high, that's our first target, which is also around the VWAP. And the second target, I would either consider place it here, or I may leave it as a runner, to be honest, for the days to come. Even though this is not the ideal position for a runner, the ideal would be around here. So to be honest, I may consider just take the next target to be up here. And in the future, if it breaks below here, I'll be really nice, really happy to take a long from down here and leave it as a runner. So we see we are really close to getting our target hit. Just the VWAP, there's some absorption there, but the sellers can't push lower, so it's gonna take a little time, but we may hit the target after all. We see a small kinda like flash down, and that makes sense because they need some more volatility in order to break the VWAP. And that should be ready to break the back now. We can clearly see there is some absorption of the sellers. Our stop in this case, it was a fixed stop, which is about 5% my count. It just happened to be now below the level, but in any case I would adjust my level to be below this area just because our thesis will be invalid if it breaks below it, and that means that we go to the other scenario of taking it along from this area. But so far it seems that this area holds for the bulls, so just gonna hold our position. If the big bar breaks, my next target would be the CVA high, which is the next level. And normally in this case I would take my second target out, but because we're in with only 2 micros, what I'm thinking is actually doing, I'm just gonna trail up to here, just in case it breaks without any resistance or anything. If once resistance backs up, we're just gonna be taken out, but this is basically my second target. As I said, I'm not gonna leave a runner from this position as it's kinda like in the middle of the range. Because now just recently playing, this is the upper high of the range and this is just the lower. and so kind of like now in the middle. So I'm not leaving any runner, that's for sure. I'm just gonna trail it to see how far it's gonna go. Let I have to go for work, there's also like another consideration, because I don't want to leave any runner up while at work. If I had a long from here, yes, I would leave it now. But because we're in the middle of the general range, there is a hard stance gonna be taken out. So we see the volume profile has been changed, so we see the value area is lower. And for that reason, if it breaks to the upper side, it's gonna go to the DVA high. So this is gonna be our first target. And the second target is going to be a trailing up to the weekly previous DVA high for 2 weeks ago, which seems to be respected. So it's a valid. So we'll see how it goes. So we see a lot of chop here. We're just waiting. And some of you may wonder why I got so delayed in here and I didn't go in here. It's just because it seemed like there was a trend downside, and I just wanted to be sure that it's not gonna do this thing. Just wanted to see that this rejection is valid, and then the long imbalances they were just holding and pressing upside. Since I saw that, then I went in, but I just need some kind of confirmation. So we see that the buyers are pressing, but they still can't break above the VWAP, which is like in conference with a 2.5 minus, so the delta. So that plays a role of that. So besides today's trade, today we have FOMC meetings in the end, in the afternoon. So we may see another dip like the previous FOMC meeting, which it may brings us down here, the quarterly previous DVA high. That's another reason that I don't want to leave any runner today, because it's going to be taken out, and I'd rather come later tonight and see the result of the FOMC meeting. And yeah, if I'd rather take a runner from here along rather than up there, so I'm just gonna leave it and see how it plays out. So if this trade breaks, which is gonna be probably the case after a long rejection from the VWAP, so our next scenario is to take a long from this area, but we're gonna see how it plays out. It may be like just a flash. We'll see how this area is gonna hold. It's gonna take just a little bit below the level, just in case it flashes and goes by the wicks and goes back. Still, this area seems to be holding. If we see another rejection from here, I'm just considering to adding one micro to my position. But we'll see how it's gonna play out. So there is a strong selling pressure, but it's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna see some rebalances fail, which they did, and I'm going one more long. So again, as we said, the first target is the DVA high. Now the second target is gonna be, like we said, just below the weekly previous DVA high, and the third target will be the highs of the day, just around here, I guess, just around here. Just to consider there's a volume ledge here, just to consider that's gonna be like within the ledge, because that plays a big role as well, just around here. It seems the whole situation hasn't been resolved yet, to be honest. Still the bias pressing upwards, they can't break the VWAP, the sellers pressing downwards, they can't break below. So we'll see who's gonna win. This level holds for a long time, for hours, before it just flashes down, does a failed breakdown to 61.21, and that was momentarily. So we can say this is quite a strong level, despite that has been tested heavily. So we see there is a lot of absorption around the VWAP, even though the buyers were very strong, and we're still within this like small range. So I guess we may see at some point that large buying volume coming in, just to overcome, this VWAP like obstacle. But it hasn't arrived yet, so we're just waiting. But we're spending so much time uh, above the CVA low that strengthens our position for the longs. It's kind of like establishes the price above it. It's actually, if you think about it, we spent uh, half an hour in this area. It's more than enough to establish a position here for the longs. So our trades are 100% still valid. Okay, now we see some price action where it breaks the VWAP. Not completely, just weeks above it, but hasn't established yet. It seems just gonna go just riding up. It seems now the cumulative delta as well is trying. It has broken up. No, it hasn't actually. It tries to break the 2.5, the minus 2.5k. I think this is what holds us just below. If we break above, then the rest is gonna be easy. Now we see a rejection. Another attempt to the lows. Let's see if it's gonna get by it or not. It's getting absorbed, as we see here. But it's still persisting. The absorption is happening at the poke control of the big range of the big CVA, the 12 days composite value area, and that's the poke control of it. That's why it's very strong as well. So we have CVA of 2-3 days within a bigger CVA of 12 days. So this is like a smaller CVA within the bigger CVA. Okay, so our positions were taken out, so just gonna hold patiently until we reach the lower level here, and we'll see how this level is gonna react. Yeah, what I should have done here and what I didn't is actually should have taken one of my third contracts out just to minimize the risk, the one I added at the end. But that's something to consider in my review. So we see the trend probably is going to continue. Or it would just be a failed breakdown, what we see. If it is a failed breakdown, in that case, I plan to enter again right at when we require our position again. The shooting conditions are very difficult, to be honest, as it was yesterday's. This area is very choppy, and maybe that was my mistake of ending here, but I knew this elevator was very strong, that was the reason. But this area is quite choppy, and as it was yesterday, to be honest. We'll see now how it's going to behave this level again, and we may try another entry. Let's try another entry. Same target as before. It will be the DVA high. And the other one will be this level. So basically, what I think we saw here was just like a small fairback down, and what we can call also like an up thrust pattern. Basically, it just dives lower and goes higher, just to grab some liquidity from the stops below the poke. But we'll see that how it's gonna work here. It doesn't seem very strong. I think I'm gonna flatten my position here. That was basically what I will see happening here was just a pullback of the poke before it goes down. So now just waiting basically for this conflict to be resolved here, either to the upside or the downside. If it's to the downside, we're just gonna get a long from here, this area, which has been tested twice, but probably still holds. If it's to the upside, then we can basically take a long from this highs, basically from 61.44 and above these 10 points. or even above the CVA. Like, thinking retrospectively on what I could have done better in here, opening the position was definitely uh, a good position. It was a good level to enter, definitely. Just because we knew there would be like a lot of choppiness around, maybe we should have ended with just one micro, just with a less position instead of two or three. That would have lessened our losses. So we have one more trade to go before we end the day. So we'll see how it's gonna go. So basically nothing to do now. We just figure out that this CVA is a 3-day CVA according to Yerkin. Within a bigger CVA, 12-day CVA. So maybe like that's why it's a big choppiness. Just it's like a big VPOC within a bigger area, range area. All this kind of stuff. If we make it to the lows, I plan to take a bigger size position. As this is very quality stuff. And take maybe go with 5 macros, take possibly 3 here, and leave 2 to run, maybe 1 here and 1 out of a runner. You see, seems the situation hasn't been resolved, as you see. We are kind of in the middle of the range of the delta. Now there's some substantial coming volume, but still, until we just break above the 2.5K or break above the VWAP, there's no point of getting involved again. So we're just kind of breaking now. Okay, we broke above for momentarily the delta. Let's keep pressing above. We see it's gonna break. Big volume coming in. Still getting absorbed. Still getting absorbed. Just waiting to see if the negative imbalances break. Just to decide the entry time. That's around exactly at the point of poke. Now the buyer is gonna press again with more volume. Still the sellers are holding the position. So the sellers try to respond, but they all got absorbed. So it's basically only one imbalance price they have like stacked up at the poke, which holds the bull from breaking it. Like we can see here the order flow exactly at the poke control. So if we break, we may actually like gotten out of our position for nothing here. That's like nothing to consider for the future, to leave a little bit more room, a breather. That was like basically not even 1 point. So I'll consider in the future leave up to like 2 points basically, like up to here, like 2 points, a breather just in case. Just waiting to see if this time is gonna hold or not. So here we have like row, you see, we have like row volume coming, but all is getting absorbed by the 2.5K, like flat. And what I'm noticing also is like a big like compression is happening. So I'm not sure if this is gonna resolve lower or it's gonna resolve higher. But still acts like a strong support. So I'm just considering enter another last position from here. So I'm gonna keep this time bigger. So basically we have my 5 microseconds running now. So I'll take 3, which is about 75% on the first level. I'm gonna take 1. I'm gonna take 1 at the next level, which is about here. We can also see the volume coming in. The sellers are getting less and less, powerful. So hopefully we're gonna resort to the high. I'm gonna buy another sell limit around here. It's gonna be like my last. Actually, I'm gonna leave one as a runner, because it never hurts. Just gonna take this out. So we have like stops for 4. I'm gonna take this one here, like for micros, I'm gonna leave one running. Now it seems he's trying to break it. We may take profit at the first. Okay, so we got our profits. We got our 3 micros. So we see now how it's gonna pan out. Gonna leave a bit wider stop around here. Yeah, now as we see there's huge volume coming in, bringing us above the 0. It's a good thing. It is very close to hitting our target as well. The volume keeps coming, so we may see price going even higher. Yes, big volume is coming in now. It's breaking the seller, so we'll see price moving higher and higher. Just move my taking profit in this target, just to make sure to take one out. Now price is trying to retest the 0 before it goes up. It's getting absorbed. We see the sellers are trying to take control again, bringing below 0. But then the big volume of buyers are coming in now. So we'll see who's gonna retest that level. I plan to take profits here. It's basically like the second target that was the third. So basically I updated here my taking profits, and I'm gonna close all my position here if it goes again. Just suspect it's gonna try and test it again. And because it's a very difficult day, it's a very choppy day, FOMC is coming, I don't want to leave any position open. Just gonna take profits here and close my position, and yeah, close my position green for the day. And then after the FOMC, we'll see where it's gonna land, the price gonna land, and then we're just gonna act accordingly. Just gonna wait now for the retest to hit our profit target. There is a lot of sellers absorption, so I suspect it's gonna pop now. It just went below the zero, and just the zero the base, just preventing it from going up again. And I'm gonna tighten my stop losses just in case it does a big flash down. I tried to get out my position early. As the situation is very difficult now, as we see, we're just around the zero base. It may pop, but it may go down. You see now there's a lot of negative volume coming, and just hovering around the zero, just basically just gambling, and I prefer saving my capital rather than just risking it in a just random, positions. Uh, what I did wrong was actually like I put my taking profit target before was a little bit too high because there was another level before that, and my process says that I'm gonna take profits level to level. So basically, when I put here my level, I just skip this one. That was my mistake. Then I just brought it low, but it failed to hit again. Now negative delta. Now delta is diving again. So I'm just not gonna risk it. Very difficult trading, conditions, but it is what it is, I guess. And hopefully the FOMC later in the day is gonna resolve the big argument here, the big conflict, either to the upside or the downside, and it's gonna provide us with some really good setups. So that's it from today for me. To have a nice day, and tomorrow I'm not sure if I'm gonna trade because I start work early. So yeah, that's it from me. Have a nice day.